Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Courtney. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another story time. I know I've been a little bit lazy as far as uploading. It's just I've been real busy making moves, and it's just a lot of stuff that I've been dealing with, but things are slowly starting to come together. It just seems like one day I'm up, the next day I'm down, the next day I'm up, the next day I'm down. It's just always something. So yeah, today this is going to be part one of my story time. Is going to be a part two. So pretty much the first part is going to be about Crazy and pretty much how me and him got back in contact. And this is kind of following, you know, me going through my whole divorce procedure and everything with California, him trying to stall the divorce, then talking about behind my back saying I'm trying to stall it and I want him back when clearly I filed for divorce. I'm the one that filed and left you. But okay. He was still trying to sleep with me on the low. He was still trying to be sneaky, messing around with Bimbo. If you don't know who Bimbo is his baby mother or whatever, slash side chick at the time or whatever, because she was messing around him when we were together and when we got married. But yeah, so pretty much this was me kind of transitioning into my whole relationship sort of with Crazy. So me and Crazy have known each other since probably like 4th, 5th grade. We weren't really close. We didn't really know each other like that. It was more so that kind of thing where the boy in middle school or elementary school makes fun of that girl, like pulling their hair or making fun of them, roasting them or whatever. That was that kind of thing with me and him. And I had a lot of dudes do that in middle school and stuff. And then a lot of them would try to talk to me later on, and it's like, no. But then I figured out later on that's how they show they like you or whatever. But yeah, so pretty much during this time, on and off, I would be confiding in Crazy about the stuff that was going on with me in California. But the thing is, it's like, I know it's an unspoken rule, like you're not supposed to be pillow talking with your ex or anything, but I don't know. I don't consider Crazy an ex because we weren't intimate with each other. I don't even think we kissed each other. I don't even remember us like kissing or and just doing anything intimate wise prior to me getting with California and, you know, moving to West Virginia, meeting California, doing all that. So even intimate wise, we never been on like a date or anything. I would say we just talked. So I wouldn't consider him an ex. However, you know, but we're not gonna sit up here and pretend like Crazy is innocent, because I did have a lot of drama with him on and off over the years, especially when I was living in Baltimore. And even when I moved to West Virginia, he was still reaching out to me every once in a while, contacting me. It was kind of one of those things where it's like, I'm not ready to give you what you need as far as a relationship, as far as commitment, but let me go see if you moved on. Let me go see if you doing something else. Let me go see if you still thinking about me. And of course, I was. During that time, I would say that maybe I thought that I had like real feelings and stuff for him, because let me make it clear, you don't need to be intimate with a man or anyone to have feelings for somebody or like somebody. And I think this generation, or just people in general, just think that you have to be intimate with somebody or really go through above and beyond to have feelings for someone. It's okay with just getting to know people or just talking to people. And not that I didn't want to take it there at the time, it was just we never really had that opportunity. Like I said, I was kind of low-key couch surfing, pretty much homeless. I didn't have anything of my own when I was living out there. I left my dad's, so it was a lot. So me and Crazy would be talking on and off, dealing with him and his little baby mama or whatever, trying to be black baby mama. I forgot what I named her in the last story time, but pretty much Crazy's baby mother she a white girl. She hang around and she not even okay, whatever. I ain't even gonna get to that. I ain't even gonna do it. It ain't even worth it, because I could really care less about him or her, so I ain't even gonna drag it or do all that. However, what I will say is that it was just a lot of drama with me and Crazy over the years, and maybe that's why I low-key used him as a rebound somewhat during the whole divorce process with me in California, because it's like he was one of those people. It's like, I want to take it there with you. I want to have a real commitment, a relationship with you, but I still don't trust you in the back of my mind. And also, you know, you put me through a lot of little drama, you know, and then you pretend you hit me back, you know, later on, and days later, like nothing ever happened. And it was also, it was him hitting me up out of nowhere. I wouldn't hear from him for months or even a year, and he would hit me back like everything was normal. Or when I tell you, some dudes just have the audacity and the boldness. They really do. That's why you got to set boundaries for yourself, and that's probably why I low-key used him as a rebound. It's like, okay, I know I'm not going to be being intimate with California. I know I'm not doing anything with him. We're divorcing each other. I'm done. We're not doing any of that. I don't care what California wants. Me and him are done. Crazy can be a little outlet. We can have fun, whatever. We'll see where this goes. If it builds, if it turns into something serious, okay. But as far as the trust level, it's not exactly up here. You know what I'm saying? So, pretty much around that time, me and Crazy had kind of established that we were gonna be something serious. And just a little backstory. Once me and California got married, Crazy did reach out to me, and I did let him know, listen, I'm married now, I'm happy, thank you, I'm good. But once all that stuff started popping off with California and Bimbo and all this other stuff, and me being in denial at the time, like, I put up with a lot of stuff, but it's like, once I realized, because I would leave California all the time. Sometimes he would leave me, sometimes I would leave him. It was just like that. Although if anybody should be leaving, it should have been me, because you're doing all the lying and cheating and being sneaky. The only thing that I did wrong, I can admit, is that I should have just ended it completely with California before even starting something with Crazy, let alone anybody. Just, so I, around that time, me and California did stop seeing each other once. And Crazy and me, we were talking to each other about, our issues, our problems in our relationships. More so him and his little issues with his baby mother, and my issues with California. So I probably did kind of play a little bit. I probably did play a little bit, because, all California had to do was just say one thing: we married, you just gonna leave your husband, you just gonna leave me hanging or whatever. I'm just like, you leave me hanging all the time. You literally leave me whenever you want. You talking to me crazy, you disrespected me, you low-key are doing something I wasn't aware at the time, but looking back and getting all the information I got from Bimbo and other people and on social media, you've been cheating on me the whole time. Like, you're playing these little games, and I guess I was a little bit younger and a little bit naive, so I fell for it. But yeah, that's just a little backstory with me and Crazy and everything. It's when I was dealing with California. But around this time, I knew I was really done with him. I didn't want to talk to him anymore. I didn't want to be with him anymore. I was even trying to be cordial and amicable with this divorce, but he kept trying to play games, act like he didn't get the papers, act like he didn't get anything. I'm trying to talk to him, be peaceful, like, listen, there's a court hearing coming up. Like, can you show up or whatever? Let's just get this over with. Why do we have to keep playing games? We're not intimate with each other. We're not around each other. I barely see you. You clearly are playing house with Bimbo and playing house with Sweetie, his other baby mama. So it's just like, you doing whatever you need to do. Do what you need to do for you. Be single. Live your life. Be in a relationship with somebody else. I don't know, but just leave me alone and just let me get on with my life, because it's really getting on my nerves now. So, and I felt like he used that as a power trip. Like, he knew that he couldn't have any kind of access to me or any power over me other than waving that divorce, over my head. Like, yeah, you think you just gonna leave me? I leave you. You don't leave me. Who do you think you are? That's that narcissistic personality disorder that he has going on. And I didn't know much about narcissists until I got with California. That's when I, started going to therapy, and I started really, I think that's what made me a lot stronger, with, you know, dealing with him and also getting through this divorce process, because it's like when you really learn more about yourself and you also learn more about others, like you really have a different perspective on life, and you just have a different perspective mentally, emotionally. So no matter what you go through, you know, like, you know the stuff that you can point out that's just not sitting right, that's not normal. So therapy really helped me to see a lot with California. But anyway, I just feel like I've been talking too much about California, whatever. That's just pretty much like the whole little situation with me and him. So as I'm going through this whole divorce process, me and Crazy, we're talking, you know, we're having real deep conversations about the future and everything, about how we feel about each other, what we expect from each other. We're not really rushing, but I can honestly say in the back of my mind that I was really rushing, because I knew I wanted to be married. I knew I wanted to be with somebody. But when you be with someone who has different morals, has different beliefs, has different standards, has different values than you do, it's not always going to be easy. Which is why, like, I made it extremely clear, even now, like, even with Jordan, before we got married, I'm not sleeping with anybody before I get married. I already got my own spiritual issues that I'm dealing with, and now I'm putting somebody else into the mix who doesn't, you know, believe and have the same beliefs as I do, which is on me. It's definitely my fault for putting myself in that situation. But I don't know what I was really expecting from Crazy. I really don't know. But we were talking, I'm going to say we were dating. We were establishing what we were and trying to build something. But it was just things, real red flags that kept coming up and kept popping up. For one, he was definitely taking advantage of me. Two, he was definitely playing in my face. Well, I guess that's equivalent to taking advantage, playing in your face, whatever. He was doing a lot. And I think the first incident that came up was that, you know, I'm all for looking out for a dude. If you have financial issues or you're having struggles, I'm gonna look out for you. I'm gonna help you, because I would want you to do the same for me. If I was struggling or, you know, needing help financially, I'm gonna look out for you just like I would want you to look out for me. I treat people the way they would want to be treated. Now, when you treat me a certain way, then I don't care about. I don't really care what you're going through. You can hit the dough. So yeah, I was helping him a lot because he was struggling. He was, you know, Crazy had anger issues, so he was always fighting. This is another little side part. Crazy know how to fight. Like, we and him, you know, we both from Baltimore, so he's always was getting suspended, always getting kicked out of school, always getting fired for fighting or quitting a job because he's about to knock somebody out, always knocking dudes out. Like, it's to the point where I would see his hands. Like, I would meet up with him and he would show me his knuckles. His knuckles are all dislocated and bent back. Like, one is up here, one is back here, one is right here, one is right. I've never seen somebody with so much anger issues before in my life. I thought I had anger issues. I thought I had, you know, some other people had issues, but he really did have anger issues. But I never thought that it would escalate to the point that it did. But pretty much, long story short, Crazy had some anger issues. He had a really bad temper. I don't know what that had to do with, but looking back and also seeing what was going on with everything, it took me a minute to realize that Crazy had a lot of mental health issues. And like I said, I struggle with depression, anxiety. I got a couple screws loose myself. I'm not all the way there, but, you know, I do what I can to work on it and take care of myself mentally, emotionally, physically to the best of my ability. You know, it's the difference between when you are working on trying to better yourself or take care of yourself and when you're just not doing anything. And he clearly wasn't doing anything. I don't know what exactly it was. I'm not no, you know, expert in psychology or anything, but it was clear that it was something going on. And it took me until once we were older and this whole experience getting away from California for me to realize Crazy he he definitely has some mental health issues going on. You know, aside from the whole anger and temper problem that he had, it was definitely he definitely had an issue. But I would pretty much be helping him out. You know, he was struggling with his car, he was struggling with his phone. I would be helping him out, pay his phone bill. I think I paid his phone bill once, and that was like 160 something or whatever. I think I still have this. If Cash App still have the receipt from years that time, because it was like years ago, like when this happened. So if Snapchat still have that, then I will put it into this video. But if you don't see it, then I ain't got it. But pretty much Cash App. I will be Cash Apping him money, paying his phone bill, because you know, if I have it, I'm gonna look out for you. I'm gonna make sure that you got it. That's just the type of person I am. Whether you family, friends, someone I care about, like, that's just really who I am. I'm really gonna look out for you. Just like I said, I hope that you would look out for me and do the same thing. So, I was paying his phone bill. I would send him money for gas because he would be low on gas. Little did I know, he was hitting up his baby mama, the little snow bunny or whatever, hitting her up for gas money too, which is fine. That's the mother of your child. It's nothing wrong with you helping her out and stuff like that, because she would send him stuff. And it was a time where I was in the car with him actually, and he had FaceTimed her and asked her for like, or messaged her or something and said, can you send me $20? And she was like, yeah, I got you, or whatever. She sent it to him. So I was like, you know, they have a good relationship, but I was just kind of thinking in the back of my mind, like, I get it, you don't want to always ask people for stuff, but it was just like, you asking me for money and stuff like that, but you also hitting up your baby mama, asking her for stuff like, I don't know, maybe it could have, looking back, it was a red flag, but once again, it's me trying to look out, like, just trying to be helpful. So, you know, I was helping him with his gas, and it got to a point where, you know, in the beginning, he would be like, I don't need nobody help with nothing. I can figure it out on my own, because people always doing this. People always throwing it back in my face. I don't like asking people for stuff. I don't need them throwing back nothing back in my face. And I'm thinking, boy, shut the. I had to stop myself, because I don't want you two to flag me. I'm like, boy, shut up. Like, if somebody's trying to help you, this ain't about dangling over your head, or, you know, or trying to throw it back in your face. The fact of the matter is, you need help. I have the funds. I'm trying to help you, so shut up and take the money. Like, I don't like people who do stuff like that. Like, oh my goodness, that irritated me with him, because he was just like low-key, like, faking the funk. Like, you trying to act like you too prideful, you too proud to accept help from people, but you sure was taking other people's money. You sure was taking my money, which, like I said, it's not an issue with it, but don't sit up there and act like you too proud or you too above it all to accept, you know, get help from people. Just shut up. That just irritated the mess out of me. And you sure accepted that 160 something for that phone bill. You sure accepted that 20 something for gas. Oh, and let me not leave out this part. It was a time where, you know, I would send him money for gas. I would send him money if he wanted to get like some Black and Miles, or just smoke, or just get something or whatever. Just, you know, he's obviously in a stressful situation. He's out of a job, in between jobs. I'm trying to look out for him, help him or whatever. So it was an instance where I had cashed at him $20. When I told him that it did not, I sent it to him, he said it didn't go through. I was like, okay. I said, I'm saying that it went through. It's not saying pending. It's not saying anything. Which, just because it says it's sent on my end, doesn't mean it's going to always say that it's went through on their end. You know, and that's the issue with Cash App. That's what gets on my nerves with Cash App. They're so annoying. But he's saying he did not get the $20, the gas money that I sent him. So I said, okay. I said, are you sure? Check again before I send it. He's checking. He's going through his logs. He's trying to verify everything. He said, I did not get it. I said, okay, cool. So I was like, all right, let me send him another $20. But in the back of my mind, something just did not seem right. It seemed like he was, like I said, I'm the type of person, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I don't want to jump to conclusions, but something just did not seem right. It seemed like he was trying to get over on me and get extra money out of me. So I sent the extra $20, another 20. I'm thinking maybe it didn't go through, maybe it'll go through this time. But I know it went through because the $20 was taken out of my Cash App account. I have your Cash App name. I have your Cash App user. Where else could it have gone at? And even if it took like a day, even if it took a few hours or something, it could have only gone to one place. So I sent the other 20. He said, yeah, I got it. Like, thank you. I'm thinking like, did he just jip me out of like the jip? I'm getting old. You can tell me use these old words, jip. Did he just finesse me out of like $40? Because if you needed it, that's one thing. Oh, I understand, but I don't like being lied to, and I don't like people trying to play on my top. Like, I don't like that at all. So I was low-key feeling like in the back of my head, he literally just played me for $40. And you didn't have to even do that. But it's also my fault because I never spoke up about it. I never said anything. But I did kind of slide it in there. I said, so how did you get this 20 that I sent you, but you didn't get the other one? And he was just like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what's going on with my phone. I don't know what's going on with Cash App. One thing I can say about Cash App, they be irky. They be doing too much sometimes. But most of the time, Cash App is on point. And to be honest with you, I've only had this incident with Cash App, with Crazy, and my older brother. Now, I'm not saying my older brother was trying to get over or do anything. I don't know. I'm not gonna put that out there. I don't know. But it's just crazy how it's only happened with those. I don't know. Whatever. But I just thought that was crazy how he got the other 20, but he didn't get that 20. And I'm thinking, well, it was taken from my account, so where did it go at? And it's not like you can hit Cash App up for support or whatever. It's just one of those black and white things. If it's sent there, if it's sent to this person, that's where it should be going. I don't know. I just felt like he was really playing in my face, and that's not even the end of it. So around this time, I had started driving to Baltimore. That's where I'm from, to go and meet up with Crazy, hang out, spend time together, of course, because we're trying to build something. We're trying to establish a relationship. We're trying to get to know each other all over again. Yes, we know each other a little bit from middle school and high school, but we don't really know each other like that. People think because they went to school together that they know them. You don't know them. Stop it. You don't know them. You can be with family for years and years and years and not know them. So I don't put anything past anybody I went to school with. Just because we went to school, that don't mean we know each other. So, at this time, I would come and visit Crazy in Baltimore. And Crazy, I will give him credit. He came out to West Virginia, Frederick and stuff, to see me, to spend time with me and everything. Even if it was a short period of time, we spent time together. We did stuff together, sort of. But, yeah. So I would be talking to him. We would be talking on the phone. We did a lot. We talked on the phone a lot. We would video call each other when we weren't around each other. And as time went on, I started to see other red flags. Like, he was really playing in my face, and he had other people playing in my face as well. And then the second part, when I tell, it gets even worse. Like, I think that was a major reason. That was another big reason why I had cut Crazy off and just was like, this is not gonna work, because you constantly playing in my face, and not only that, you have other people playing in my face, and I don't like people trying to play in my face when I'm being nothing but real and genuine to you. So, I know I keep saying I'm sorry. I'm just thinking I got ADHD and stuff. So it was the time where I was on the phone with him. Mind you, he's in Baltimore, I'm in West Virginia. I'm, doing my thing. I'm on the phone with him, we talking, and I believe his little sister was in the car with him. Now, his little sister has the same name as me, so I guess, yeah, it's pretty much self-explanatory. His little sister had the same name as me. I thought that was crazy. So he would make fun of me and laugh at me because we had the same name and stuff like that. So it was a time we were on the phone, and his little sister, one thing, I don't know her, I haven't met her face to face, but just being around her and seeing like posts and stuff like that, I noticed like she has a smart mouth, and she likes to try to be funny and try to be cute, which is like, yeah, she has a smart mouth, and she likes to be funny, and she likes to be real messy, and I don't like that stuff. When you younger, that's cool, and hopefully she grew out of that. But I don't know why young girls or teenage girls have this thing where they like to do that, where they think that mess is cute, but it's not cute, and it's actually gonna get you slapped. So it would be times where we would be on the phone, and it kind of pretty much came out that, mind you, Crazy had told me about his ex. He told me her name, because I did ask her name. He was like, why you want to know? I said, why can't I know her name? I said, I mean, it really don't matter. I said, but I told you all about California. I told you all about our history and stuff like that. Why are you being weird? You can't just say her name. And so he did tell me her name. The reason why I'm not going to name her is because she really don't have a significant part in any of these stories other than just being his ex. And they might still just be messing around still, whatever. I don't know. Years later, I don't care. I don't care about Crazy. I don't care about any of them. I don't got time for it. So, pretty much this girl that he used to date, he told me about, you know, their history, pretty much saying how she didn't trust him enough. She thought that he was still dealing with his baby mother, which is, I'm thinking, like, knowing your track record, Crazy, you can't kind of be mad at her. I mean, but at the same time, if you don't trust somebody, I know from experience, if you don't trust someone, or you feel like you can't trust them or be with them, you don't need to, you clearly don't need to be together. The trust is gone. The trust is not there. So pretty much from my understanding, he had told me that they weren't together anymore because the lack of trust, he didn't get into it because she was insecure, had insecurities about the relationship between him and his baby mother. So, but Courtney, his little sister, the reason why I'm not even trying to put her name out there, but she got the same name as me, so it's I feel like it's self-explanatory. Whatever. They don't. None of these people know me. None of these people follow me. I don't really care. But pretty much the little sister knew Crazy's ex. They were around the same age, which I thought was kind of, I mean, age ain't really a thing, but it was just like, Crazy, you out of high school. You've been out of high school for years now. You grown. This girl is just graduating. She's just turning like probably maybe 18, 19. You around my age. We like 24, 25 or whatever. I was just like, why? I don't know. It just, to me, that just seems like a little too, maybe most people wouldn't mind, but that just seems real. Yeah, but who am I to, well, no, I was 20, 21. I give myself that credit. But yeah, so he apparently, you know, his little sister and his ex were friends. They went to school together or something, or they had mutual friends, whatever. They hang out with each other. They're cool with each other. So the little sister was pretty much being funny on the phone, like, oh, because Crazy had introduced me. It was saying like, oh yeah, you and Courtney got the same name and stuff like that. Like, yeah, this is my, he pretty much just introduced me who I was to him and everything. And she was just like, oh, like, oh, wasn't you just out with so-and-so the other day? What's gig? She told me y'all was out or whatever. She told me y'all was out doing this and that. And I was just like, wait, not you trying to play in my face. Not you still running around with your ex, because why would your sister say that? Why would she lie about that? Why would she lie? Why would she just make that up? I would never make anything like that up about my brother or my sister. And so he was just like, you know, he telling her to shut up or telling her to stop, like, shit, like, what are you talking about? And she was just like, no, me and her don't even talk no more. We don't hang out with each other no more. And the little sister was like, oh, well, that's not what I heard or whatever. And I was just like, see, and later on down the line, the more times I interacted with Crazy or talk on the phone with him or be around him, I would notice signs that his family was giving. They were being messy, but at least they were telling the truth. Like, and one thing about a black family, most of them, whether they're being messy or not, they telling the truth. Something is going on. And I've had to deal with a lot of people being messy, with families being messy, and you just minding your business. You don't know anything that's going on. So I had his brothers being messy, his sister being messy. It was just a lot of friends, little associates stuff being messy. It was just a lot that I had to deal with, dealing with Crazy. Even more than I had to deal with California. It was like, y'all, what's y'all issue is with me? I don't even know y'all. I'm minding my business. I'm not the one doing dirt or doing no weird stuff. Your brother is. So you had that conversation with him. But I don't know, maybe she did have some kind of, maybe she, even though she was being messy, maybe she was trying to look out low-key, I don't know, but she was being petty and she was being messy. And if we weren't over the phone, I can't really tell you how it would have went down, because I definitely would have checked her and said something, because you young and you a little girl, but you ain't too young for a beat down. Like, I don't like stuff like that. I don't like the little girls trying to be messy. I don't like older women trying to be messy. And he was really playing in my face, like, if you want to be with your ex or something, then go be with her. Because even from the story that he told me, it was kind of clear she probably left him or broke up with him. But it might have been clear, like, well, it was clear later on. He clearly did not want to end this relationship. He clearly didn't want to end it. But she didn't trust him. She said, I'm done with you. And I don't know, maybe he low-key was using me as a rebound too. But I felt like he was always used me as a rebound over the years. And then I finally just, once he put his hands on me, I got tired of that mess. But he was really playing in my face a lot. He was doing a lot. And like I said, I don't mind looking out for anybody or helping anyone. But when you constantly giving me your behind to kiss, like I'm a piece of trash when I've done nothing but look out for you and be there for you, not because I feel like I have to or I need to, but because I want to, and you gonna play on my face like that? Really? So that's just the first part, pretty much, to me. That's just the intro to me and Crazy as we start like navigating on, you know, through life, trying to build something with each other, which I thought we were. But in the back of my mind, I'm also thinking I don't trust him because of his track record and all the red flags that kept popping up. The Cash App situation, his family trying to play in my face, talking about me, talking about his ex in front of me, you know, him trying to deflect and not talk, which you don't have to talk about your ex with me. You don't, if that's your past, that's fine. But it's clearly was something else, especially for him to get so defensive and stuff like that about it. And then for his sister to put it out later on, it's clearly was something going on. You still playing, messing with your ex. You still playing in my face. You taking money from me. If that's the case, why don't you go ask her? Go ask that heifer to go give you some money. Go ask her to do something for. Why are you getting it from me? Oh, I'm just that scapegoat. I'm that person that you can take advantage of and get some easy, you know, for the free skis off of. So pretty much this is just the part one of me and Crazy. The second part, I'm warning you guys right now while I'm recording. If it's a trigger warning to you, if you are not a fan of domestic violence or DV or anything like that, I'm not trying to trigger anybody. I'm just sharing my experiences and stuff I go through. It took me a while to make this video, let alone make the second one. Even making the second one, it'll be hard, but I can do it. I feel like I've healed from it. There's a lot of stories I have not told because I was not healed at the time. And also, I've had a lot of people bothering me, harassing me over the past year because of me just starting my channel. People from my past. Bimbo, if you know, like I said, the whole California's baby mother and everything, she was making a lot of fake pages. I had to block her family, her friends, everybody, because even people from my old job, even from Macy's and stuff, because they were following me, running back, telling them, running back, smiling in my face, smiling in their face, telling them everything. So I had to really cut a lot of people off. Just cut everybody off. Even some people from Baltimore I had to cut off because there was a lot of people coming to me, call themselves trying to check me. Well, not really trying to check me, just running their mouth on social media, online, throwing subs, doing all this other stuff. And you have to learn how to block this stuff out, especially if you're going to be doing this type of thing. And I had to get used to that. I even have strangers bothering me, harassing me. Like, I don't even know you. You're harassing me for what? Because I'm sharing my experiences. If you don't want people doing story times about you or videos about you, maybe you shouldn't have done the weird stuff that you've done to them. Stupid, but whatever. The second part is pretty much going to be towards the end of me and Crazy. And it did get physical. So this is just like a trigger warning. I'm just letting you know. But it did, I don't know why. I did not expect it to get that far, but at the same time, like I said, that's why you have to get to know people all again, because you can know somebody from the first grade, the 4th, 5th grade, high school, college, You could have dated them previously, and you may think you know them, but you don't really know them like you think you do. So just be careful. Like, people really will play in your face. People that you look out for, people that you are riding for, people that you will go to bat for, and they will really play in your face. They will really use you, abuse you, mistreat you. Like, it's crazy out here. So just please be safe, y'all. And the second video, I hope it does not, like I said, trigger anybody or make anybody uncomfortable. That's not my agenda. That's not my goal or anything to do that to anybody. I'm just sharing my experiences and doing what I can to share my experiences with you guys, and hope it can help you guys too. It's not easy for me telling these stories either. It's not at all. So with that being said, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm sorry if I was talking too much. I did my best. I feel like this is the first time I actually really recorded, and I'm actually really proud of myself because I wasn't, all over the place. I really tried to give y'all everything that y'all need. So yeah, but please make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel, and please stay tuned for part 2 of this video. I'm trying to think if I want to record it later on this week or maybe just next week. I probably will wait till next week because I've been lazy, but at the same time, I'm focusing on me and my mental, and yeah, I'm on my time. That's all. I'm just on my time. That's all. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and my social links are down below. As I always say, I did update my banner. I probably will be getting a new banner later on this year. Excuse me. But yeah, I definitely will be getting a new banner. I feel like it's still cute, but I want a new one. But my social links are always down there. I did update my social links on my banner so that you guys can keep up with me. If you guys want to, make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel, and thank you guys for watching so much. I appreciate the love and support. Love you. Bye.